Want to welcome to the program Reverend Ken Blanchard, host of the Urban Shooter podcast. Ken, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing, Cam?
I am excellent. Thank you for coming on the program. The Washington Post talking about black gun clubs and the right to bear arms, saying that Touré on MSNBC celebrated Black History on Saturday by making a strong case for gun control. And so the Washington Post actually did something kind of surprising. They went out and found the other side. They talked to members of gun clubs that primarily made up of black members, and I'm curious. Ken, what was your take on this story? First of all,
first thing I thought was exactly what you just said. They actually went looking for somebody, which it isn't hard to find. If you go to any range in Prince George's County, any range that allows citizens to go there, you'll find people of all nationalities. It's not a hard thing anymore. We just have a situation we just want to believe that guns just for white people, guns is just for the bubbas, and people will show their own prejudice by what they say and do, and we don't call them on it enough.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. And, Montgomery County just banning gun shows. Prince George's County just banning gun shows in Maryland. Where you have the Prince George's Trap and Skeet Center.
Yes.
It seems like there's this huge disconnect, Ken, between the anti-gun politicians and the people who actually live in the community.
Yeah, people think that's a problem that we have to work on as gun owners, that we have been silent a little bit too long, and because we're the law-abiding, because we're the people that you will loan your lawnmower to, you don't know that we're also respectful and responsible in gun ownership as well. And that same person that you can trust down the street is probably the only gun owner on your block. And those guys have to make it known that we're here. And then that will change some of the politicians from being so blatant and racist in all they do.
What are you hearing, Ken? I mean, I know you were out in Annapolis at the rally there. What are you hearing from folks locally there in Prince George's County and some of the D.C. suburbs about these gun control proposals?
Most of us are still in shock that it turned around so heavy-handedly from our governor. We're clueless, but again, because we've been complacent. We know it's been tough in Maryland, but we haven't been as active as we had to be to keep things going. So now we're catching up. And for a lot of people that I saw and talked to afterwards and at the rally, it was a defining moment. It allowed us to get some energy together, to some synergy, some fellowship. Like, I know one shop that closed their whole store down and went down to the rally.
Really?
Yeah, they said, don't worry about money, making money for the range or the store. The whole store closed down, and they were there in mass, supporting the right to keep and bear arms. It's more than money. It's a way of life. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle of freedom.
Absolutely. And so, Ken, I saw the latest news from Maryland yesterday. Governor O'Malley not watering down the gun control bills at all. As a matter of fact, now he wants to go after mental health and make it easier to take guns out of the hands of individuals who may be diagnosed with mental illness. But the semi-auto ban and everything else is still there. Do you think that gun owners can defeat these gun control proposals in Maryland this year?
Yes, I think we can. I think we just have to make sure that our voices are heard, that we do not sit back and let this go, because the governor tried to actually divide and conquer. He tried to put the hunters against the sports shooters and the AR rifle owners against the handgun people, and all of us are in this together. What he's going to have to make sure that we do as a group is remind everybody that, especially in the African-American community and the shooters, all of our people had firearms when we were kids. Maybe not the generation right now, but our uncles, our grandparents, they all had firearms in their homes. And the mentality or even to think that the stuff that's being proposed has any truth to it is ludicrous.
With the Reverend.
We just forgot.
Yeah, well, and so to that end, we're talking with Star Parker next hour. I'm curious. She says that Black Americans should be embracing the NRA's gun proposals. The idea that, you have not just the right, but you have the ability. You are empowered enough. You are capable enough to protect yourself and those that you love, no matter what the people who think you're betters might be would say. What is your reaction to that?
Star is on it. She knows that the truth is they have to take your freedom from you. They have to convince you that we're wrong. And some people who like being dependent on the government have a problem with that. Again, it's a lifestyle of freedom. And if you want to keep it, you got to fight for it.
Reverend Ken Blanchard, host of the Urban Shooter Podcast. Always a pleasure getting to talk to you, man.
Thanks, man.
You have a good rest of your week, a great weekend, too.
You too, man.